Hey everybody, welcome to the National Real Estate Post. We got a sales tip for you this Saturday. We're going to try and do this as we can, and I just want to let you know it's brought to you by Mortgage Jobs Now. So if you're seeking a new company to work for, you can go to Mortgage Jobs Now. There's a banner right here on the site. Or if you're an employer looking to find loan originators that are seeking, you can go there as well. So with that, let's get started today. I have with me today Regan Hagestead. How are you doing, Regan?
Great, Frank. How you doing?
Great. Thanks for doing this Saturday sales tip with us. You are the creator of Mortgage Success Blueprint, which is a free website that originators can go to and basically get all kinds of great marketing information. And you had a tip for us today, and we'll put the link to Mortgage Success Blueprint right down below so you guys can get there, no problem, and go check out the site. But why don't you give us a tip for today? Something, Regan, that we could use maybe come Monday, right? We're in a tight market. Everybody's going, I got to do something. What can I do come Monday that you think would be wise?
Well, and I think the thing I want to start with is something that is easy and everybody has, because too many times, market shift and everybody jumps to a CRM or an advertisement and spend money. And I think that the biggest thing is right in front of their face. So I want to ask you a quick little question, Frank. So I've gotten to know a lot of top producers around the country, and myself and we all went back last year and said, of the loans we did. So Frank, what percentage do you think were like new business that people generated from referrals or lead sources or marketing, whatever? And what percentage were from their past clients and their past clients' friends and family? Like, if you had to give a percentage, what do you think?
Well, when I was originating, I was a heavy past client database guy, and I always did well with that. But I would say probably on my end, it probably was about 35% was past client. What was it?
So it ranged, and this is about a group of 15, 20. 35% was the lowest.
Okay.
The highest was 56%.
Okay.
So if you're an originator out there, you've got a little bit of a change in market, and you're looking for a place to have a impact on your pipeline.
Yeah.
Check out your percentages. If half of your business or almost half of your business isn't from your past clients and their referrals,
yeah,
that's a perfect way to start. I mean, think of it this way. Markets, rates, et cetera, maybe you're down 15, 20%, but you only are getting 10% of the business from your past clients. There you go. You just evened out 2019 to where you should be from that. And
yep.
I think it's really kind of a three-step approach, and I've noticed that a lot of originators miss it out in a couple aspects. And one of them is during the transaction, what are you doing with your clients to where they're going to refer you, right? I mean, at this point in time, everybody closes on time. Everybody pre-approves loans. I mean, it's, that's kind of like the bare minimum, but for some reason, originators still think that's like the gold standard of doing a great job. I look at it as everybody's going to close on time and have quick closings and, and do a good job. But during that transaction, how many opportunities are you taking to talk to your clients about all your business is referral based? How many times are you taking during that process to explain to them why they should refer their friends and family, and then also asking? And so what I've done is I've created kind of my system. I do it at milestones. So at the pre-approval, at the full loan approval, or when contracts accepted, any milestone in the process is a great time to talk to a client about referrals later on.
Go ahead.
The second thing that I think that everybody should take away, and this is something that made a huge impact on my business, but I know most originators don't do it, is a closing call, right? So like, Frank, what would you guess on a closing call most originators do, or how long it takes?
I bet a lot of them don't actually do the call, but when they do the call, I don't know. I mean, I would hope that they would say, "Hey, man, I hope everything went well. And if you know of anybody else might need my help, I hope you refer them my direction."
Yeah, and so again, that's like you said, a lot don't do it, and the ones that do, it's probably under 5 minutes. Hey, congratulations, you closed. Thanks for working with me. Hopefully,
just a couple minutes.
But what I've done with the closing call is I've made it kind of like an event in and of itself, like a way to put a capstone on your transaction. So what I do is I don't do the call the day they close, because they're busy, man. They're picking up keys. They got boxes. They got a ton of stuff going on. When the client closes, I let them know, hey, the loan's funded. Out here in California, there's a 24-hour delay between the time they get the keys and funding. But still, I set it up for maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 days down the road. And what I do is I make sure it's scheduled, right? Like I have to have it on the calendar with them. And the reason for that is half the time you call the day of closing to do this closing call, they're at the grocery store. They're picking up their kids from school. And they're like, oh, yeah, I got to answer it because it's Frank. And then they're kind of halfway hearing you. And it doesn't have much impact. When you schedule a time at closing, and then you make it more than 5 minutes, like I have a checklist. It's kind of a script. And it goes through everything from here's what to expect from first payment. Here's what to expect as far as if you're in a state with supplemental taxes or school taxes. But create a script that goes through all of the kind of details they're going to need to know, but also has a couple opportunities in there for you to ask for referrals, okay? I think that is another huge piece. And I think that final piece is probably where you did really well. If you were running about 35% of business from past clients, is after they close, how often do you stay in touch, right? I think a lot of originators lose touch with people, even though the clients were thrilled. There's a real way to make a past client not just remember you. I think the whole top of mind and sending email drip campaigns, like people are numb to that. People get a lot of spam mail, and you just kind of fall into that. So what I've done is I set it up to where the first year there's a 6-month follow-up. There's a 1-year follow-up. That's in your first year. After that first year, you got to be doing birthday calls, okay? And birthday calls after that first year, because that's a real easy intro. Hey, happy birthday. Even if they don't answer, leaving that message, it does more than sending like a drip campaign email. Okay. There are a few other things that I do, but I feel like if you look at those steps, like doing it during the process, really setting them up, you have a great closing call, and then you have a system after closing. That's how people originate 40, 50% of their business from their past clients. And gosh, man, when you think about it, people say, how did this originator do 400 loans last year? 200 of them were probably from their past clients.
Sure.
They didn't bring in 400 new deals, which is, I hear that all the time from, let's say, newer originators that aren't, producing at this really high level. Like, how's it possible they brought in 400 new loans that year? Well, they didn't. They probably bought in 200. And the other 200 just showed up because of their past clients.
Because of their efforts. Cool, man. So this is all in the Mortgage Success Blueprint system?
Yeah, it's all on there. I actually have created it kind of in sections or segments, right? Okay. Like there's a section on the closing call. There's going to be a section on what I call the living, breathing pipeline. And that's a pretty long one. That might be a 20, 30-minute kind of instructional video where I go into detail. But it truly is a living, breathing pipeline. When you do this with your clients during the process, you do it with them at closing and after closing, your pipeline just starts living and breathing all on its own.
Cool, man. Well, we're going to have to let everybody go. We've been here for a while, but all I can do is agree with you wholeheartedly. The things you're preaching are the things that we preach over here. The things that we even speak about, we're going around the country on our speaking. So this is a neat little platform. So again, guys, there's a link down below for it. Go ahead and check it out. Reagan, I want to thank you for helping us out on this Saturday. And guys, maybe you can take this to heart and start working on this come Monday. I think that'd be great. So with that,
all right, Frank, thanks for having me, man. Always a pleasure.
All right. Thanks a lot, man. You guys have a great one. Have a great Saturday. Have a great weekend. We'll catch you on Monday on the National Real Estate Post. See ya. Bye.
We'll talk to you later.